So the program is all yours right now. Go right ahead.
Yes, yes, Mr. Unstoppable. Um, I was a kid who was born in the 70s. I was grew up in Kingston, go school and everything. But I was born, I think, in Greenwich Town. It's Greenwich Town, yes. So I remember, you know, went to the primary school that's just off Spanish Town Road there. It's been a while, so I'm trying to remember the whole area. Right after Spanish Town, you have a school named St. Andrew Technical, and then you have that primary school. So I was going there, so I went into first grade. So when I went into first grade, um, this girl, me and her have the same surname. So anyway, we are kids. We're not paying that any mind. People can have the same surname. I don't know her. I never seen her before. It's the first time. So we go to school in first grade. So it go on to till we go to second grade. It's the same thing. So them keep on. I say, you sure? If you guys are, they say, no, we don't know her and whatever. So back and forth to school. So I remember when I going into the fourth grade now. So when I was going to that primary school, there was a special program. Back in those days, those are the good school days where you will get books from the government, and you get your little party and your little milk, and the party truck come, and your
Mm-hmm.
bun, and those were the
Mm-hmm.
good school
A
days.
new
So
chibon and a milk, a white milk. Yes.
right, they
Mm-hmm.
were so much into education. Those were the better time, I believe, when I was growing up. So when you read, but I wasn't a fast learner, so I did have a little problem for read.
Mm-hmm.
So they come up with this new class where they call it 4G. So although I'll be going into the fourth grade in primary school, and you have 4A, B, C, I was so low back that I couldn't go into none of those class. So they
Mm-hmm.
have this, say all the kids who is so way back, we have to have this special class. So I remember now, while I was going in there, the teacher said to us, are you guys, and I noticed, you guys have the same surname, are you brothers and sister? So I
Mm-hmm.
said, no, I don't know her. And, she said, no, she don't know me. So, so believe you me, that same evening, when school over, you know, when I was, I remember, I think my mother told me that my father was going to come, but I wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
So when when I walk out to the road now, I notice, because I can see her. I see her now because I know my father car is this, those little those a pretty blue long car. Those times they were those type of cars, those kind of fancy cars, and they're long and pretty, and it blue and the pretty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I see her like going on my father car. So me I walk up towards my father car now. Me I say, then none of the girl that name such and such are going on my father car. Oh, she going on my father car. I know y'all kids, you're kind of curious. Anyway, I walk up and I going at it, and then him say, all right.
No, but hold on.
Him
But hold on.
mhm.
Who him come fi pick up? You are him come fi pick up she.
My mother tell me, say, my father will come there. So come pick me up.
And
She did
and
she
you and
did
this little
tell
girl,
me from the day.
are go to school together for couple of years, well, right? But you never
Yeah,
know
yeah,
say your
yeah,
sister.
because no we are go fourth grade. Yeah, me not know.
And you know her
So
all them times, but you just never know say
yeah,
your
me know
sister.
her all. I never know my sister.
So so
So anyway,
but hold
mhm.
on, no push it, no push it, no push it. Hold on. So
All right.
that evening when him come and you see the little girl going in her car. So at the first time him ever pick up she from school? Ah, you don't know.
I gotta get a joke. And the first time him even pick up me,
Hey?
me can't remember him pick me up before. And my sister, because during that time, I have a sister who I follow that as she and me go school, like she will walk me to school and she go the same school, but she did in a higher grade than me. So she may always a follow.
Mm.
So that day, you know, my mother tell me say my father I go come pick me up. So it look like no, she tell my sister say, don't worry, cause tell her something because she didn't
She never wait for you
come
that
with
evening
me.
there.
No, she never wait.
Mm-hmm. So your
So
father never
when
lived with your mother? Them
no
would
man,
never live together.
No, my father and my mother, them never live together. You know them life they
Okay.
them man they just have picnic all both. And
Oh,
through my man probably them pretty car and them man they,
me understand now. We get it now. All right, go on, continue.
Right. So she going in the car and me going in the car. Me kind of frightened, cause I said, but wow. Anyway, I remember I him go up Maxfield Road and go straight up. And right where I think now you have these bus terminal right off there. There was some kind of McDonald or Burger King or something was there. Probably if the audience can remember back in those time in the 70s, like 79, 78. There was a like ice cream place and stuff. So in them carry now. And him buy with 2 ice cream. And the man just come out and say, you know, sir, are your sister this? And you know, are your brother this? Just like that.
Mm.
And I said, what, me couldn't understand. So we were all, me and I shocked. Guys, remember, when we used to go to school, we talk to each other, we play, we do everything and thing.
I don't know how much
So,
how much at that point now, because
I would say at that time, 4th grade, be about 10, 11. Yes, because then you have 5 and 6th grade.
and you
Yes,
run up and
about
down
10,
and
11.
play with your sister at school and all of that and no say your sister.
All this time. I understand.
Mm.
So the next morning now, when we go school, she not talk to me, and me not talk to she. I'm a move up all my little desk fan her, cause she did the right cross me. Cause then now if we have this feeling, I feel this funny, like, this girl, it's not the same.
Mm.
Anyway, it go on so till we graduated from school, right? But just when me go graduate, my mother, because this have to do with a lot about me how I reached to America. Because I hear a lot of people talk about your program about America and this and parents and this and so more I share my story, make them know say keep strong.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember in 1981.
But before
That's
you go
when my
1981, before you go back to 1981, we couldn't speed it up too much because we want me specifically want to understand that part. Yeah. So the evening after you go eat ice cream or whatever, so you have and embrace the news, say
right.
your sister this. You never ask your mother, I tell your mother, say, mommy, say me meet this little girl and I'm a sister.
Oh yes. So when him drop her first. Cause she did live more when you come, cause she didn't live far enough. You have right at Spanish Town Road, you have this theater was there, the Majestic. So she did kind of cross the road from that area, right across the road. And then me live now down at Greenwich Farm, which is the East Avenue down at the bottom, in one of them street there. Even I remember exactly which street. I think 6th Street or 7th Street.
So
Something like that. Them
so not only were you in the same school with your sister and almost end up in the same class, your sister literally lived around the corner from you. You never know.
Yes. Yes.
Daddy that go out with
It's
things,
I'm like,
man.
she, like she live up the road, and me live down the road.
Mm.
So
Daddy
I
that
go,
shoot. Daddy that shoot.
I go to my mother now. I mean, I tell her, I say, you know, one girl can meet me that tell her, I say, one a long time, said this girl, me and her have the same
Last name.
name, last name. But she nah say nothing, or she nah say nothing at all about it. Cause say she don't know whatever.
Mm.
But me dey have a feeling say she didn't know, right? So me tell her, I say, no, you know, so my father carry me and say, one girl, me I tell about in my classroom, say, me and her are brother and sister. And she I say, what? You know? And then I say, okay. So after that day, I me can tell you, from that day in a fourth grade, when we go primary school, I never talk to her again. That is why the whole thing kind of get funny. So um I remember now, my mother now, she was going to Canada because, you know, back in them time, she have like three of us, three different father, and you know, her mother was having a lot of children too, because my grandmother have like 12 kids, and the whole of it down there. So the thing did kind of rough, but my father now was that man who would have go down there and go drop off the little money. So while my mother other kids them father not really go out with nothing much. But she sure say my father go drive down there and drop off our money and thing. You know? So she always so the reason why I'm saying this, Carla, because my mother went away, and years after this, when me get Vietnam, he told me, because I used to ask him why he never take me from my mother's family. He told me that when I was little and when my mother was going away, the first time him go to her and say, listen, I need my son now, because I tell you I want him all this time. I know that you're going to Canada, right? Why don't you give me my son? But my mother never do that. My mother make me stay with one of my auntie. So me finish primary school with my auntie, but when me there down the boulevard, she lived down the boulevard off of one of them street there. She all the same rude, and you know, me I mash up the people them yard, and me cut down them tree, and me I kill lizard and all kind of thing them I say. Me I do. Me remember them say me rude. But you know, me I grew up as a kid, me I try, you know, develop myself. And yes, my father used to come there. And I remember he would, you know, come, and he would, when school time, one thing with him, when school time come, may I tell you without a doubt, may I get my school uniform, he might buy my book, he might do all this. So I said, this good man, he show me this good thing. So in about, I think, come here to remember, in 1981, I remember my mother going, just after this terrible election, there was an election, like 80 election, and whole heap of shooting and this and that and all kind of things. And people was back in those time, people are migrate because the war broke out, big war in Jamaica. So, you know, some of your callers who know that time can tell this dangerous election. So I remember my mother said, well, things kind of tough. And, you know, her father now, he has a sister. Some of his sister lives in Canada. So they were going to write an invitation for him. But he told them, after they told me, because my grandfather told me this, I was close to him. He said that he will just let my big daughter go because she have the three kids. It was three of us, right? So when she went away, you know, and then I remember now 2 years after, because I told you that I went into 4G, and I can tell you, God bless that teacher. I hope she's still alive. she did teach every one of us to read. I end up leaving high school with 6 subjects, and none of them was range 3. Because now I hear them say range 3 and them something that pass. Them time I feel like for which I leave 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I was going into first, when I was going to graduate now. I never talked to my sister again, We don't talk. We don't really talk about nothing. But my other sister now, who was the bigger one for me, she used to kind of talk to her when she find out. Because me follow my sister. So she used to talk to her, but I don't really talk to her because I said, oh, she going on my father car and I don't know who she is. And I saw, as a kid, I saw me kind of did a behave it funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember now him now. So my mother going now in a 81, leave me with my auntie in a Washington Gardens, who fear landlord a complain say me rude that me a mash up in backyard and all of this. So so my father now, um I remember when I was going into 7th grade, he said um he was going to go away. He said that he was going away to America. Can me hear say him get married. And I want to tell you, that man was dangerous. I gonna tell you something. I have to tell the whole audiences for them understand. My father one day came to my aunt's house in the Washington Boulevard and said he's gonna let me and him have a drive out. In that time, I know he was working with like the utility company.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember him carrying me all the way down to one of my mother's family in Clarendon. So him need goat. Him need goat. So all the man I drive down to me. The man said to me, say, him I got married. Mark, Him tell me, so him I got married. And I remember my family cut up the gold fee and everything. And this man have a big wedding here. And it even did come up on the radio station, kind of know all them people, they are big wedding on the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
And would you believe me, Mr. Unstoppable? The man never invite not even me nor my sister at the wedding. Remember, we are first set a picnic,
Mm-hmm.
and the man never invite you. And I me, the man used to go down on my people them place to get goat and stuff for cut up and all. And all this time I wedding, the man I set up.
Hmm.
Anyway, me I
Boy.
little picnic. So, you know, me I got you. So I just give the audience that to kind of know where I'm coming from. So when him going now, or or when I'm about to go away, him said to us, say, him want the birth certificate and thing to me and my sister now. That is the one who I find out is my sister. Cause me and I have the same name. So him I go, you know, me not know them thing that yet, me a picnic. So me not know about, but I some filing. Now that my big, me know what it was about. Him
Mm-hmm.
not him not try to get we for come up or put it on paper or whatever. Anyway, him go up, and while I was going to school, I remember because the first school I went to, 'cause I remember when I told you guys that I was slow. So when the common entrance time, me never catch on so quick for do common and never so quick like the kids them. So me end up now first go to a school named Denan Town. That's the one up to Tivoli and right off there, Denan Town.
Mm-hmm.
Secondary the name at the time. It
Mm-hmm.
was a wonderful school because I was learning to play music and all of that. Up to this day, I can play the piano because of that school.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were good in music. Anybody can tell about that. But there was a problem. Can you remember I told you about that that place where sometime the fight broke out.
Mm-hmm. The war.
The
Yeah.
gunshots
Mm-hmm.
and the
The war
war
back in
and
them times.
so
Yeah.
so now um so going back now. So when I went to that school now. My auntie, remember I was telling you guys that my auntie did semi-rude and so and so.
Mm-hmm.
So she know, because she rent the place and she don't want to get noticed. She know tell my grandmother, which is my mother, who live in East Kingston. So them she said me go over there. So now I live at East Kingston side with my grandmother. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because she did end up get a house to her brother,
So
you know.
who leave first, mommy or daddy? Who first leave Jamaica?
Mommy first, because
Mm-hmm.
she leave in a 1981. And I would say my father leave about in a 83.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when remember me I going to 83 leave.
All right.
So anyway, so I want to give the audience a little thing. So while I was in first farm and thing, remember now, my sister who is with my mother, she was older than I. So she was like 2 years in school. So she even went to the same school in Denantown. So when we used to tell our friends them say our mother they are foreign, them would say, oh, you soon gone, man. You don't even have got done, you know, where you even reach till you graduate. That's how you soon gone, your mother they are foreign and all of that. And we used to feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
So why we soon gone a foreign. But Mr. Unstoppable, we realize, you know, some kids who never did have nobody a foreign and their mother reach, all of a sudden you hear say them gone, the one they get filed for, the one that we are say, so we say, wait, then all of them people, we did I say, you know, we check say would have gone a foreign long time. That is me and my sister was saying that one after time. So what happened now? Because there was a violence between this shooting thing. My grandmother now, because me I have go through downtown and go up on Spanish Town Road. My grandmother get me a school in Spanish Town named White Mall College. That's up a little hill there when you're going around. What they call that? I forgot. Yeah, born by White Mall, and I think you used to have a company named Guinness around there. That little, and you have a school on top of the hill. I don't know if anyone know it. It's named White Mall College School, and you have a Arawak museum up there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that school helped me to learn how to read properly and all of that. So there was some exam that you call technical entrance. So, I get up myself and I pass for um this technical school in East Kingston. So I go there and I go there and through all the problems, my parents them wasn't there at all. So I remember now my father came back when I was in ninth the ninth grade in technical school because I do 1 year or a little bit in a year in Denanton because of that war, and they just moved me to White Mall, and then when I passed now, it was about in ninth grade, so I went to so if I don't know, I just see my peer one day um coming down to where I was growing up. 'Cause I grew up in a little rough area right now at my grandmother's a place for them called Dunkirk. Rough,
Mm-hmm.
rough, rough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice scheme, and I grew up there. So my father told me this afterwards. I know, 'cause I never knew I was getting so bad. He said to me, he said, one day when he came back from foreign to visit me, he go up and he said to me that he saw me, and I said to him that don't feel afraid when you come up here, so because we run here, so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that. He tell me one day. So him said to himself, so, no man, him have to get him son from out of the environment. Yeah. You understand? I
Mm-hmm.
saw him tell me now. So his mother now was living in Portmore in a place named Waterford. So no, I never know film people ever know and stuff. I don't know them. So So, me as a kid, I keep moving up and down, no stability. So anyway, me just a kid, but just have to go where the parents them say. You know what them say.
Right.
So I remember go at my father place. That is another story by itself because them never want me there. You understand? Them, I, as I say, I don't know what my father and his people was doing all those years. But all when I go there, I notice say me have two uncle living there, my grandmother, my uncle, baby mother, and me have three cousins was there. And it's like, but what my father make sure though, him kind of add on pan the house and him make a room, kind of add on, and him make a own room with the own bathroom. And him say him want me and my sister now. That's the same sister now, Feel live there. Anyway, him bring me first. And I don't know the thing between my sister and Fee mother or whatever. But all the thing me know when him bring me, him they go back. And then no, I want to give you this part of it. Him tell Fee mother say, him a go file for we and him just want to stay at one little part and when him send the money, it will just go one place and them a do them arrangement. So, but from I go to the house, the people them have a little tension. Like them don't want me there. But I never understand I was a kid. So I have to tell this piece of the story. I don't want to rush into, so I have to tell this piece. Because, this is about when you have your pitney and you run, left them say you're gonna foreign. You have to know, say, you have to take care of the pitney man check. It's not a easy thing for go and left your pitney because you want to go foreign. So while I was there, I noticed them I give me this kind of fight. You understand me, Mr. And
Yeah, man.
And then when my sister come, I see the fight more. But the thing when me never know no, Mr. Answer, you the part I know. My sister and my grandmother, right? Fear mother and my sister was friend. Fear mother and my grandmother was friend. Which is my father, mother was friend. So fear mother and my father, mother, them was friend from long time. So now me see how,
So you are the odd one.
Yeah, me are the odd one. So she know them, so she kind of manageable, them way because she know them and she said grandmother, granny and all kind of uncle and that and that. But me don't know them.
But you know what this pushed me? I wonder now, Carla. This pushed me for wonder now if you was the outside pitney. That me I wonder now. What you think?
Audience, me have to say this. Yes, I become like I'm the black sheep of that family.
Because
real bad.
when me think listening back to everything what you're saying, that's why I say it sounds like you was the outside pitney because bear in mind, you know in family, you know in mother, you know you was the outside pitney man.
Right. So but when we go to me can't understand this thing. Why? Because me grew up and when I grew up, they are first house. Me say me they live down at the Dunkirk side. Everybody just live in the house and everybody live. Me and my auntie and everybody just live. But when we realize now, say it's a problem with the house. The house. What's the problem? Mr. Unstoppable, just to make it quick. It end up that right now, that house is sell. That house end up sell. I never want nothing to do with it. But as a kid, I grew up now. My sister now. My sister, do you remember I tell about one of my sister when I go school, when
Mm.
it was on my mother's side.
Right.
When my mother was leaving, she have her staying at her aunt in Portmore too. But it was another scheme they called Passage Fort.
Mm-hmm.
So she was there, and I was down by Waterford. So when I go out of the house, because I have to let the audience know this rough thing that I grew up as a kid. Um, them are kind of deal with me away, and my grandmother are rough me and my uncle, and but my sister now, who I know from school, she always acting like manners or by anything them say. So them a tell me say me can't bring my friend come at the gate, and me can't have no friend. And I say, but what kind of something this? So um so at that time, me I go school and me have to keep my head straight because me realize there's something wrong with them, but me never know is what. Me I go tell you, me never know. Cause me I say, what them know about me and them keep on a talk about my family from my mother's side, but me don't know. You understand?
Mm.
So so my father, she start call my father now, and my father, and I tell my father, say me I say this and that. So me I tell my father, say, them people here, your family me not understand, but them are dealing me one little funny way, like them don't want me here. So him start, so I know what him tell him, say, but him kind of tell him, say, listen man, I'm a son and Ray. So now that me start find out what's going on with the house. And I can tell the audience. My father told me when he bought the house in Waterford. My grandmother and his three brothers is David, one, two, three. His two brothers and two sisters. He was the oldest of all of them. But the whole thing is him have different surname, and the rest of them have same father name. You understand that?
Mm.
So him grew up with for them father. And I remember one time him tell me say, oh, they are for them father used to rough him. But anyway, him I got to remember him said that, right? It a carrot. So when me got there now, me I realize say at the house. So the fact that my father bring me at the house, them are saying at them mind say, I take my father bring me and my sister there to come take with the house. You understand?
Mm.
Because afterwards, so my father started telling me, as I was going to say earlier, said that in buy the house, they didn't know he had the house. So he was the one who always like the breadwinner, look after him brother and sister, 'cause he was the bigger one. And him look after him mother, and him said what back in the time they were living in Trenchtown. So there was big war and fighting and shooting back in those days. So him said to himself, so listen, him have a house where him get, but him not really stay there so. Cause them kind of tapanaris man, them time them feel say them house there and a him kind of place to live.
Mm.
So him live uptown and them type of man there. So him have it lock up. So him saying just pack them up when he made the whole heap of war, and him saying mother frightened about her children and her brother and sister. And him carry them out the house. And him say, him go there and him say, Mama, living at the house. So it look like now my grandmother now have this feeling, say, a fear house. Say our son, fear house. You understand?
Mm.
So when me come to know, because remember no, me not know her from whatever I know. But my sister, when me meet at school, know them. So me see she kind of act different around them and manageable as me, I tell you. So one of my uncle now did I tell me, say, boy, because when them I give me trouble, me start cussing them, because Kurt me come from a feet say, oh, me I roughneck them time there as a young youth.
Mm.
So me tell them, say, listen to me, man. If anyone I don't know, no, can't do me nothing. I mean, I gotta tell you why. Them they afraid of me now. One of my mother cousin, um, he was a policeman, and he did live a few houses from me. Me never know. Afterwards, when I go up, and my sister and I pass it forward in a Portmore, she tell me, say, one of his cousin Junior down there. I remember the little picnic them used to carry me around him. And so now them afraid of him. Cause them know say him are the man where him not, him keep the place quiet. So when my uncle now, by my father's side now, I run off them mouth and I say them want throw me home. Me go around there to him. I mean I say, why the people in my room? I'm said to me, say, no, Aaron, none of them can move you from your father's house. And them know me. Them know who me is already. So I know as a youth now have a little backative, me have a little backative now.
So as Tush Pub can ask in the comment section, Tush Pub can ask who sell the horse? Who can you say you mentioned the horse eventually got sold? Who sell it?
All right. It end up that my father sell the house. I soon telling about that. Weirdo. Because certain little things and him sell it. So what happened now? When them know say now my cousin there around the road now, I saw my uncle them not attack me already. Because me did have a third uncle, but him never lived there, Him live a another part of Portmore. And them say him a one dread and him a bad man and Ray and so them all just say me a this, them mother, me a this. But me not this anybody. All of me I try to do I go school. Cause me I try get a headway out. So now it go on so till me can't bring no friend at the yard. Me have to come in by 8:30. It was very uncomfortable as a kid. Cause when you have kids, you have to make your kids feel love. So like me feel like them people are kind of deal marry. But me realize at the house. So till my grandmother say, make me understand, say, fear son bring me if you take away house.
But the thing is now, right? Help me if you understand this. Because you mentioned that your father had on a little piece for you and your sister go stay, right?
Right.
In the house, right? So your mother was already, your grandmother was already living there, and him had on a piece for you and your sister. So why would there be confusion about the house? Because una pitney at the time, so me not understand why would there be confusion about that. Una just kids.
That is exactly I couldn't understand. So till now, my sister now, them tell her say she have to go back her mother on Spanish Town Road. Right? So she, so me say to her, me call her one side and say, sis, that house, I don't feed them house, and your father house, and your father put we here, You understand? So your father go put in your him house and you take yourself and go down at your mother. You understand? So me call my father and I tell him, say, them a deal with me. Right? So him call him and him a cuss them and I say, hey, everybody go up in the house and I bring me youth them in the house and I just like want to kill them and Ray. You understand? You understand? We don't want to kill them and thing and tension come now. So my sister now, because she, as me tell you, she and them was manageable people. So she one of my uncle tell her to go back her mother on Spanish Town Road, go live back. And it's kind of not our home.
So you're in your teens now,
yeah, me in my teens now, cause may I get ready now for go start my exam. Cause me I go do some CXC exam now I come up and me I give up myself. So while me I go school, because me I go school, none of my school friends them don't know from school, so me I go through all of this. Cause through me not have no parents for them call if me get in any trouble. Me tried when me there at school, me well behave, me turn prefect, me turn counselor, everything. Me well distinguished at school. Students look up on me, but them don't know, say, me I go through all of them things, yeah. Because me have to keep a steady mind. You understand? So, there's a part where I kind of leave out. So probably people are asked, oh, we get support or my father send money and all of that. So him used to have this lady where we go. That time he'd have a bank on King Street down at the bottom part, the Citizen Bank. There was a lady working at the bank and him was our friend. So whenever time my grandmother want money, he will send it. Those were the days when you have to kind of wire money and it's not no Western Union thing and it's wire go to the bank. So he never used to send money directly to my grandmother. What he used to do is send it to that lady named Mrs. Green. Big up Mrs. Green if she's still around. And then she would know drive over to Portmore because she have a car and she'll give it to my grandmother. So I saw we used to get money for go school. He was that type of man. Really, him look after him kids. But they having a problem with this house. So when my sister leave now, my uncle come to me and say, me have to go back on my people them. So me jump up now with my bright self and just tell him, say, listen, at my father house, I mean, I go, no way. Granted, who tell me to go say that? You understand? You go on and my grandmother call my father and tell my father, say, yes, you bring your son here because you want to get you out of the house. Seriously, though. Big time. And it was so much tension. And anyway, pay attention. I remember now, me in the house and me I study, And me I do my exam, so me I have to study. And me turn on the light in my room. And me just see my grandmother come and flick off the light. I say, oh, you not use my light, because when you get big, you not gonna remember about me if come help me pay my bills. Mr. Anstafley, you never believe what happened when the woman turn out, what go through I get into some big trouble. So I walk up to my sister now, who live in Passageford. That time you could have just walk go up there. Me say them hear the bad now. I walk go up there. So I tell my sister, I go over there go eat true, me and them I war sometime. Me not feel like eat. You know them because we the family like against me. So my sister said to me, say, looking at my drawer, your arm say 2 candle. Carry them down so when you go home, you can use it light in your room. And if you go study, just, you have light. And it was 2, like a red looking candle. Me a Kingston and when me know about candle, me a Pitney, them just get 2 candle.
Tell me,
so I go.
Do not bother tell me, say they say you bring
Yes!
red candle for come start over.
Oh, you know, sir.
No, tell me, say that them are going to say. What are them on?
Me.
All right, what go on?
So, I go into the house and carry the candle and I light the candles. And me did it. I see my grandmother just bust in the room and grab up the candle. I say, yes, you have people them carry candle. Me know them are Obia people. Them carry candle. Them give candle for come burn Obia. I say, what the freak is this? I said, what the hell is this? I called my sister. I couldn't believe. And she called my father and I said, how much? Me a burn candle in the house and a Obia. And yes, that time, audience, I was a kid growing up in Kingston. I was a kid, grew up in a rough area named Dunkirk. We don't know about them things there. It better if she said then give me one gun to come shoot them. I don't know what the hell she talking about. Me a kid I try, me I go school. And it go on. So till I call my father and say, well, So him know nah too him know kind of said to me say anyway um Mrs. Green used to still come the lady at the bank and she drop off a little money see me but um my father tell me say Mrs. Green I got to come down there no more cause she not so comfortable and through me big now cause me I go downtown from school and take bus and all of that me for just go to her at the bank and pick up when them a send money come give me but um here the joke now because the whole confusion with my father and thing my father kind of me no know him stop send money now come. You understand? Because me don't, me a kid, me not understand why him stop send money like that. Me don't know if because the whole family thing and him get stressed out of fine. Me no know.
The
So
viewers
in
keep asking if your mother was keeping in touch with you.
okay, good story. When I was growing up, as I told them, I was living in Dunkirk. So when my when I go over my father, me not get no more money from my mother. My
Hmm.
mother now send me no money all them time. Me remember when me there, my grandmother. She I think sometime they would have said my mother send money. Me don't remember how me get money, but me know them they give me money where she saying and me don't remember sometime me I buy me look ice cream, cake, and them look over there, but it wasn't that often. But she'd have sent it,
Hmm.
right? But the only thing when them time they know in the 80s, anybody can tell me you have some little bicycle them called BMX bicycle. So back in them days, every kid want a BMX bicycle. And my mother, they are foreign. So all of my friend them I get bicycle, right? And my mother promised me a bicycle. I know me not get it.
Hmm.
So anyway, cause as I say, our audience, we the want you kind of get a experience or me grow up in that also. Move on further. Me end up do my exam. Me get 6 subjects. And me get some City and Guild exam, some Lancashire. But I remember them things. I mean, when I do, I end up now start working as a man now in with one of the utility company. So while I was working there, I was still living though my grandmother. But because me under so much tension now, me say no sir, me have to go find somewhere. So me end up now move on and me meet a girlfriend and them really.
Hmm.
So me start live with my girlfriend and thing. Me start live with my girlfriend and thing and me not really go over there again. And more than one time me dey go over there back like me over there and two, me can't stay at the house and me not comfortable. Me can't bring no one day. Me when me there at the girl house now and me get comfortable now. For all months me not go back down on my where me come from over
Hmm.
Portmore. Cause me did meet a girl in a bull beer. Cause me start live in Portmore. So school fee pay. While them time that my father now send me no money and my mother barely I do nothing. There was a man, there was a guy that has no, cause I know him. He used to wash 2 bus. Them time there's some bus them called the Encarver. You remember them like a 250,000 bus there
Hmm. Hmm.
in a passage fort where my sister lived. The man them did have the 2 bus. So me used to see the guy, cause through me have to walk all the time from Passage Fort, go Waterford, go get food from my sister. Cause I not eat from them again. Cause them, them no, nothing with me down at Waterford. So me used to walk and them get to know the guy, me see my wash the bus. So one day, me realize say they have guy live down at where me live, down at Waterford. Cause me see my right pass. And me say to him, so when me see my patrol, me tell him, say, boy, you know, Wham, you can make me get a link how me could have wash one of the bus at night time. And him say, guess what? Today you're lucky. Me want a little break for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So here I know. Me I go make up. Me I go tell the boss them. So you go come in at night time and you go wash the bus them. So now at that me do pay for my CXC exam. Because I don't have no money. And my parents not send the money. So I saw now me what a night time, you know, me do my little work as or at home and then I go down and I go wash my little bus them and I wash the bus in my night time about 10 o'clock. First I have to wait till the bus them come in off of the road and would I wash them and the man pay me. I saw me pay for my CXC and my mother and father. They are foreign. That should not happen.
No, of course not. No, we know you're going to get to the part where how you end up to leave Jamaica and all of that, because we not reach this yet, and viewers him did tell we say this have a whole heap of parts, but we are going to leave part 2 for another night because we reach the end. Yes, 1 hour done gone already, my boss.
Oh yes.
All right.
Oh yes.
So
yes.
we're going to wrap up right now, family. We at the end of tonight's program, we're going to schedule the caller for a part 2, of course, so that he can continue and tell we exactly how him end up to leave Jamaica, because him not reach this yet, and this way I'm going to get into a lot of things. All right. So my brother, I want to thank you once again for sharing with us tonight your part 1, and then me and you we talk, of course, and then we schedule it for part 2. All right.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And thank you, viewers, for listening to my little story. There's a lot more to it. Trust me.
All right. And we are going to leave the lot more for part 2. Good night, my brother. Blessings.
All right, my brother. Good night.
All right, Unstoppable family, there you have it right there. Part 1 of his story, which, him go through a lot. All right. And as me tell you, the saga did not end there. Because as me say, the real thing we want to share was, when him leave Jamaica and get into, wherever him end up. I'm going to leave the part there until him share it. We don't know. All right. As I said, I'm trying to control the show time, which is 1 hour each night. Because some the other day, I run out with this 1 hour and a half and 2 hour and 2.5 hour thing. Have to contain the time and control it. All right. So we're at the end of the program right now. Gonna run out. Gonna leave you all. And definitely remember, Candice, don't bother with me now. Don't bother with me tonight, Candice. I'll see you all Wednesday night for another awesome program on Unstoppable family. Stay safe, stay strong. All right. And remember, if you're not subscribed to the channel as yet, hit that subscribe button right now. If you're over there watch on Facebook, make sure to hit that follow button as well. That would be appreciated. All right. Now, if you haven't signed up as yet to get your badge, remember to sign up and get your badge. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, you can sign up and become an official supporter of the platform. See, like Moodman just rolled out a while ago, member for 32 months. Moodman rocking his badge now and reach loyalty star, of course. Big up yourself, Moodman. Much respect. All right, family.
See the music.